Well, I think you all, we've gotten to know each other by way of these forums. I'm Clint McCann, one of the co-chairs, along with Zania Chavez, of the International Board. So in that role in particular, and just in the role of friends and colleagues, let me welcome you this morning. It is our pleasure to continue this series of Friday forums, and especially today, to call our attention to the fact that Joe has been with IPM for 20 years, and to celebrate that fact, and to let Joe know explicitly what I hope that he already knows, that how much we treasure his friendship and his leadership and his example of international cooperation and solidarity and friendship. So special welcome to all of you this morning. It's a pleasure to see you. I've been looking forward to this opportunity. I know you have been too, and here it is. So good morning, buenos dias. I can't speak other languages than English and Spanish, but welcome. And it's so good to see all of you this morning, Joe, you in particular. And thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Clint, so much. I think just as a little housekeeping message, if you all could just mute yourself unless you're going to be speaking. We are thrilled for this day, as Clint said, to celebrate our wonderful CEO. I have had the privilege and the pleasure of working with Joe for 15 years now, and I could not tell you how blessed my life has been, not only because of his example, as Clint said, but because of the connections with so many incredibly remarkable people who give so selflessly of their time, of their talent, of their financial support. It's amazing the legacy that has been able to continue during our 47 years, to which Joe has these last 20 years just been incredibly amazing. I just keep saying amazing because that's how I feel. So the program today was put together by my wonderful colleagues who received a number of outpouring messages and love from our project partners, from other friends, from donors and supporters who wanted to share their gratitude with Joe on this special day. And so I think to begin the program, we start with a small little video, which hopefully I can, without too much problem, get going.
Each day is lifted up. sound and welcome in. There is a river of life all around us. It's our common ground, the gift we were given. Ocean in the sky, the wild of the forest. We're here long before us and meant for all children. We bring our differences, our hopes, our faith, our fears, and build a home for love in this family, for the life that brought us here, in this blueprint for living, from the word that touched the earth. Round this house we plant a garden, God's grace for all the earth. Lend a voice of celebration, bend your hand in lifting up. This is the day of creation, built on the cornerstone of love.
So we selected Peter Mayer's Blueprint song to accompany our slideshow of photos because it's such an incredibly beautiful song and one of Joe's favorites, and probably one of ours as well, all of ours as well. We felt it was a perfect song because in many ways the words reflect how Joe has lived his life and led IPM as an organization with compassion, thoughtfulness, respect, generosity, accompaniment, solidarity, and with everything built on a cornerstone of love. So at this point, we're happy to continue our program and share with you some of the videotaped or written messages that we received for this special occasion. And hopefully I will transition to this process now. Our first message comes from IPM's International Executive Board co-chair, Xenia Chavez, who could not be with us in person today or on Zoom, but wanted to share her heartfelt personal message. Xenia is also the founder of IPM Project Partner Saprosi in Nicaragua, a remarkable community-based women's organization working to improve the nutrition, health, and quality of life for their families and the wider community, and to develop sustainable economic opportunities. So here is Xenia's message.
Muchas gracias, José, por ser, además de un gran líder, un ser humano súper amable. Gracias por este camino juntos y emocionante, estos 20 años de su liderazgo en IPM. En Saprosi somos muy afortunadas por su amistad y guía amorosa, comprensiva e inspiradora. En este momento único y especial que celebramos sus 20 años de liderazgo en IPM, en un contexto tan desafiante, usted ha hecho posible que nuestra visión del rol de IPM sea una realidad cierta y creciente día a día, lo cual nos llena de legítimo orgullo, no solo a nosotros en Saprosi, sino también a toda su gran familia de IPM. Muchísimas gracias una vez más, sepa lo mucho que lo amamos. Que Dios lo guarde y lo guíe siempre.
We also received a message from Tim Strage, who is the son of IPM's co-founder, Paul Strage. And Tim's message says, "Dear Joe, congratulations on 20 years of leading IPM. My father, Paul Strage, felt very blessed that you accepted the challenge to lead IPM 20 years ago and help advance his and Jim Mayer's vision. It was immediately apparent to him that you had the ability to guide IPM into the future and turn it truly into an ecumenical global mission. And when you rapidly achieved results, expanding into totally new areas and partnering with people all around the globe, he was deeply gratified. He would continue to be proud of all that you have done in the years since his death to establish new partnerships and strengthen existing relationships, further expanding the original vision to fit today's world and the numerous challenges it brings. Thank you for all that you have done to continue to do for IPM and for so many people all around the world. You are a blessing to all of us." Next is Anna Gregg from our project partner Nutravita in El Salvador.
Hi, Joe. I want to wish you a very warm congratulations on your 20th anniversary as Executive Director. I admire your commitment, your dedication, your passion for mission, and all of the countless people that you have touched and raised their dignity. I ask that God give you the wisdom and fortitude for the future, and can't wait to have your visit here in El Salvador.
Dear Joe, congratulations on your journey of 20 years as the CEO of IPM. You have taken IPM to a new heights with your loving and kind nature. You have provided new leadership to the organization and youth of many countries of the world. You have provided a platform and courage to present their opinion. You have brought a positive change in the lives of Dalit, tribes, deprived, Muslim and poor people. You have brought joy in their lives. You are an inspiration and advisor to many young people like me. I pray that IPM may progress more under your leadership. Thank you.
My name is Jacinta Kiarie, the current director of Watoto wa Rwanda Project. Watoto wa Rwanda Project is a project of Brothers of St. Charles, Rwanda, based in Kibira. We've been working with IPM for the last 10 years, and they have been supporting the program of feeding for the young babies. The young babies belong to young teenage mothers who are studying at the Vocational Training Center. We want to congratulate Joe on this occasion, and thank you very much.
Next, we have a message from Mickey Clark, one of IPM's International Executive Board members in St. Louis. Mickey shared, "My affiliation with IPM began with an immersion experience trip to El Salvador in 2014. Since then, I have watched IPM grow and prosper under Joe's guidance. We have weathered more than a few storms, but Joe always holds the IPM vision and mission up and keeps us on the path. Joe, thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, and your friendship."
नमस्ते जो, आइपिएमसँग सम्बन्धित भई काम गर्नुभएको 20 वर्ष भएको उपलक्ष्यमा म सोनी श्रेष्ठ र प्रयास नेपालको तर्फबाट धेरै धेरै बधाई तथा शुभकामना। I wish you a hearty congratulations on the occasion of 20th anniversary connected with IPM Family. Congrats just seem a small word on all your efforts so good you keep in touch with all partners, staffs all over the world in this pandemic time. Wish you get more success in years to come. May your life always shower you with such a happy and wonderful and success moments. Thank you. Take care, stay blessed, and peace.
Hi Joe, I just wanted to send a greeting and a congratulations for your 20th anniversary of working for IPM, this wonderful organization that taught me a lot and gave me the courage to continue my work for justice and peace. And I just wish that you can have 20 more years working for the people. That is the best gift that we can give from us to the world, is put our hands for continuing making of this a better world. And I think that has been the feeling behind your work all this year and what you have tried to project in the organization. So thank you for that hard work that you have done during all these 20 years, and my God bless with all kind of abundances in your life personally and also in your professional life. So thank you for your work, and my God, I give you 20 more years or even more years for making possible a better world. So thank you again and congratulations, happy anniversary.
Buenos días, mi nombre es María Félix Arauz Reyes, soy la coordinadora de Asociación Mujer y Comunidad San Francisco Libre. En esta mañana quiero dar gracias primeramente a Dios y agradecer a IPM, especialmente a José por sus 20 años de trabajo y colaboración con los proyectos, especialmente con los proyectos de nuestra organización. Bendiciones de lo alto y feliz día.
Okay. Joe, this message comes from the Child Bride Rescue Program that you set your eyes on in 2003. And you decided that IPM was going to support it, and you have supported it for 18 years now. A lot of girls have succeeded in education. They are finished through the support from IPM, and we wish to thank you and IPM. The immersion trips were very good for the girls. They enjoyed the visits, and they were also encouraged to continue with your education and to finish well. Congratulations, Joe, for the 40 years that God has given you to lead IPM. We pray that He gives you another 40 years, and I mean that. Congratulations. God's blessings be upon you, and thank you very much. This is Priscilla Nangurai, Child Bride Rescue Program, Kajiado, Kenya.
I know that Priscilla's volume of her message was low, but her message translated was saying that the Child Bride Rescue Program that Joe first saw with his own eyes in 2003 and decided to support, that IPM would support it, has now been 18 years. And a lot of the girls have succeeded in their education. They are now finished through the support of IPM, and we wish to thank you and IPM. The immersion experience trips are very good for the girls. They enjoy their visits and also felt very encouraged to finish their education. Congratulations, Joe, for the 20 years that God has given you to lead IPM, and we pray He gives you another 20. And I mean that. Congratulations. May God's blessings be upon you. Thank you very much. And if if you were able to hear Priscilla's message, she actually said 40 years instead of 20 years. So Joe, Priscilla wants you to work another 40.
Hola amigos y amigas de IPM, mi nombre es Sandra Peña y trabajo en el patronato Olivia Cogiola como educadora de los niños de 4 y 5 años. Y en esta oportunidad quiero felicitarles por ese aniversario que están cumpliendo y también felicitar a José por todo ese trabajo que ha hecho con las comunidades y con nuestro proyecto durante 20 años. Que Dios me lo bendiga y que siga iluminando su camino para que nos siga apoyando. Muchas gracias.
Hola, mi nombre es Marta Mendoza, trabajo en el patronato. Es un gusto dirigirme a ustedes, agradecerle a la familia de IPM por el apoyo que nos han dado desde hace mucho tiempo en lo que es la niñez, y así esperamos que nos sigan apoyando para poder cumplir nuestros objetivos con cada uno de los niños y niñas de la comunidad del Saite. Muchas gracias.
We also had a message from Ann Mayer Pinning. Ann was not able to join us, but wanted to share a message of congratulations for Joe. Her message says, "Congratulations, Joe. 20 years of leadership, vision, and tenaciousness is noteworthy. From my perspective, an attitude of love and a sense of peacefulness is evident in you. Both gifts are greatly needed in this world today. Thank you, Joe, for sharing your gifts so generously in the work that you've done to further the mission at IPM. You've been to our family, my mother especially, over the past decades. Mom, Sammy, would have been most proud of you on this occasion. May God continue to bless you with all that is needed to joyfully continue the work that you do."
Hola, mi nombre es Sara Ramírez y en nombre de Asociación Mujer y Comunidad quiero enviar saludos a IPM por sus 47 años. También queremos saludar a José por sus 20 años de colaboración. Estamos agradecidos por todo su apoyo incondicional. Bendiciones.
मैं नूरसुबा शेख हम संगठन में से पूरे ग्रुप के तरफ से मुबारकबाद देती हूँ जो को और आईपीएम को, और अभिनंदन करती हूँ पूरे ग्रुप के तरफ से। 2006 के साल में जब हम पहली बार मिस्टर जो को मिले थे, तब से हमारा एक रिश्ता बना है और वो है एक इंसानियत का रिश्ता। और जो के अंदर एक बात बहुत अच्छी लगती है कि जब भी वो इंडिया आते हैं तब ऐसा लगता है कि कोई अपना आया है और अपनापन लगता है। उनके अंदर एक ऐसी बात है जो अपनेपन से जोड़ती है, और मैं खूब दुआएं देती हूँ जो को कि उनको तंदुरुस्ती दे और इसी तरह हमारे साथ वो जुड़े रहे। और खूब मुबारकबाद देती हूँ उनको, 20 साल पूरे हुए और आगे भी इसी तरह वो हमारे साथ जुड़े रहे और तंदुरुस्त रहे। आमीन।
Norshuba's message, or Parveen, as most of you may know her, says, "Hello, my name is Norshuba from Hum. I congratulate Joe and IPM wholeheartedly. Ever since we met Joe in 2006, since then we have had a relationship of insanyat, collective humanness, of humanity. One thing special about Joe is that whenever he visits us, we feel one of our own has come home, like a family member coming to see us. That's something special about Joe. We wish him good health and that he continues to be connected with us as one of us and in a compassionate relationship with us in Hum. Amen."
Hola, mi nombre es Jocelyn Aguilar. Yo trabajo en el Centro de Refuerzo Escolar en el Patronato Olivia Cogiola, aquí en la comunidad del Saite. Este saludo es para felicitar a todo el colectivo de IPM por su aniversario. Espero que sea Dios quien siga regalándose esos éxitos en sus labores, y también a José por todos esos años de trabajo en la comunidad, y agradecerle y que Dios los bendiga.
Namaste, my name is Bindya Makwana and I am a junior fellow in IPM. Today I would like to congratulate Joe on his anniversary. I hope and pray that you keep inspiring young people with your good work. Thank you.
I'm Sister Gladys. As I stand here, I want to congratulate Mr. Joe Cistone as he works with us and as he works with the IPM as a CEO in the whole world. I'm a Franciscan sister of St. Anne, working in Rieti Farm as a coordinator. I met Joe so many years ago at the airport, and we didn't know each other. Joe was standing somewhere, seated somewhere, reading a book, and we were looking for him because we had never met. When I met Joe, we went to Unyolo, where he was working, where they had a project of the orphanage. From there, we started coordinating with him, and he had interest in working with us as the sisters of the St. Anne in our farm at Rieti, and this is the farm. So far, he did a lot through their office. Thank you, Mr. Joe. This is the tank that was installed by the IPM. So today, in a special way, we thank Joe for all the work that he has done as he celebrates his 20th anniversary as working in that office of the IPM. Thank you. I have a lot to talk about Joe, but I would not be able to say there are too much, there are too many. So, my friends, I thank you for the gift of Joe. Continue working for the world, not only for Rieti, but the world. For you, the work that you have done, so many things have happened in the farm. The women are empowered and they like Rieti just because of you, because the work they have done. It is you whom I say that started the work that is here. It was from a scratch. But now if you come to Rieti, there is water, there is road. This is just because of the IPM, because of Joe, whose anniversary of the 20th year we are celebrating today. Thank you, thank you. May God bless you.
Mi nombre es Sonia. Mi nombre es Dinora. Y pertenecemos al colectivo de mujeres de Zaragoza del Saite. Agradecemos a IPM por todo el aporte que nos ha dado como colectivo a las mujeres en la parte técnica y en la parte económica.
Bueno, yo también quiero felicitarlos por sus 47 años de trabajo en todo el país y por los 20 años como directora a José. Felicidades a todos y muchas gracias.
Namaste Joe, my name is Hasnan. Myself Pankaj Rathod.
નમસ્તે જો મારું નામ અમૃત રવિકર છે ખૂબ ખૂબ અભિનંદન 20 વર્ષ પૂરા કરવા માટે.
For 20 years for IPM you work. This is very graceful and very great. You are a good leader, you are a good boss, you are a very good friend.
Actually, you have completed 20 years, successfully 20 years, Mr. Joy. For that, I am heartily congratulations to you. Not only you, but all entire staff, organization, everyone connected with you. I heartily congratulations to them, and I give you a message to your organization that you also continue your dedication work for your organization.
And we are a pray for you. You are a great done for work for future,
and you continue your dedication for organization.
Namaste.
Okay, done.
As I sit here, let me start with the introduction. I'm Lydia, another women scholar. I'm here to congratulate Mr. Cho for what we have done together and what he has done to us as another women scholar. We came to know Joe through through the late Mugabe Gwele, who introduced him to us, and as from that time we started working together. Joe has been helping the Dandara slums. He has empowered us as women of Dandara Women's Forum through the projects we have done. More so the project of Handicraft, of which he has been giving us some orders, that is through IPM, and the donations they have been doing to us as the Dandara Women's Forum. So, Mr. Cho, we congratulate you for the good work you have done. Women of the Dandara Forum, they have been transformed. Youths have been transformed. Even the children who could have not gone to school, they have gone to school through Joe for the good work he has been doing to us. Women have gone through trainings. Women have gone through counselings. Women have gone through so many things through Joe for what the good work he has done to us through IPM. So, Joe, I stand here congratulating you and praying even God to have you. I congratulate you for the celebration of the years you have worked with the IPM together with the women all over. I can even say all over the world, because there are so many things you have done. It's not another women's forum, but other places you are also there helping those people. So, Mr. Cho, through IPM, I thank you so much and I congratulate you. And we pray as the Dandara Women's Forum, how God had you many years, so that you continue living and continue helping supporting other people or women all over the world. May God bless you.
Muy buenas tardes, IPM. Felicidades por su aniversario de 47 años.
Felicidades, José, por sus 20 años de trabajo en IPM, tanto tiempo de conocerlo. Lo agradecemos mucho y que Dios lo bendiga. Sí, afirmando aquí como grupo de mujeres creativas nos sentimos felices porque IPM está cumpliendo 47 años y esos 47 años han sido de trabajo, de lucha humanitaria, y a José también queremos darle un fuerte abrazo desde la lejanía para celebrar con él sus 20 aniversarios como trabajo de IPM. Así que bendiciones, que viva IPM.
Hola José, gracias por invertir en nuestras vidas, querido amigo, con tu corazón gentil nos has guiado siempre. Estaremos en deuda contigo eternamente. Que el Señor te bendiga y te guarde y pase feliz día.
Buenas tardes, soy Ana Gloria Méndez de Acapamo. Yo quiero dar las gracias a IPM por parte mía y por parte de mis compañeras. Agradecerle a IPM y a Joe especialmente por todo lo que ha hecho por nosotros y sigue haciendo, porque él alrededor del mundo nos ayuda a todas. Gracias.
नमस्ते जो म फुलमती थापा तपाईको आइपिएम सँगको सम्बन्ध 20औं वर्ष पुगेको उपलक्ष्यमा हार्दिक मङ्गलमय शुभकामना दिन चाहन्छु र नेपालमा तपाईले गरेको योगदान आइपिएमले गरेको योगदानलाई निरन्तरताको अपेक्षा पनि राख्दछु।
Our next message was received from Les Weber, who's actually with us today, but we were grateful to receive this message. Les is the brother of Grace Weber, one of IPM's most treasured friends and supporters over the years, and Grace passed away just a little over a year ago and left an incredible legacy through a bequest, but her inspiration throughout the years means so much to us. And we were grateful that Les shared this message that said, through his visionary leadership, The work that Jim Mayer and Paul Strage envisioned has prospered, grown, and touched the lives of countless people. If Grace were alive, I'm certain she would want to thank Joe for his years of service and wish him many more. Please extend to him this expression of thanks and God's blessings that he be enabled to continue.
Hi, I am Thomas Mboga, the project coordinator of Kandola. I thank Joe for having worked with me for 10 years. He has built all these buildings. You can see very strong buildings. Joe is a very hard-working person. He doesn't believe in failure. He has managed to also make a water well for the community. He has also made another nursery school down somewhere. So he's a very, very hard-working. May God bless him and bless the IPM. Thank you.
Hola José, buenos días. Solo quería felicitarte por los 20 años de labor que has hecho en este tiempo en la institución y por haber te conocido. Gracias por tu amistad, por tu cariño y por todo el apoyo que le has dado a los proyectos acá en El Salvador. Muchísimas gracias por haberte prestado tanto con tu servicio. Solo desearte que seas muy feliz trabajando con lo que haces. Y gracias también porque vos también tenés una familia. Muchas gracias por todo eso. Que Diosito te bendiga y que siempre sigamos adelante con el trabajo que hacemos, lo que nos gusta hacer. Muchas gracias, José. Un abrazo desde la distancia. Te quiero mucho. Sabes que siempre estás en mi corazón, en mis pensamientos y en mis oraciones. Gracias, José.
Muy buenos días. Mi nombre es Yasmin Hernández. En nombre de Asociación Mujer y Comunidad y todo el equipo agradecemos y felicitamos en su 47 aniversario a IPM y 20 años de trabajo de coordinación a don José. A su vez aprovechamos la oportunidad para dar gracias por todo el apoyo recibido hacia Mujer y Comunidad. Muchas gracias y bendiciones.
Our next message is from Margie Hoyer Hetzel, who is also a member of IPM's International Executive Board. She was unable to join us today, but wanted to share a message from her and her spouse, Ron, congratulating Joe on his milestone as CEO. Her message says, we've been so fortunate to travel to Nicaragua, Brazil, Kenya, Italy, and Wyoming with IPM. Every trip with Joe has been an amazing experience for us. Here is a list of observations about traveling with Joe. First, he walks your legs off. His joy of life gives him boundless energy. He knows stuff and he knows people. Everywhere we go, he has friends and acquaintances who share their knowledge, their food, their insights. He knows the real life and real people in countries. He knows the movers, the shakers, the best and the worst. He has introduced us to remarkable and unforgettable people. He loves good food, but he makes a good peanut butter sandwich by the side of the road in Kenya. He also has a fine appreciation for Twizzlers. Joe might have kept Ron out of prison in Brazil because of some good and plenties. He is careful to be sure we know the dress codes everywhere, although he may ignore them himself. He always has more to do, to talk about, and to think about than there are hours in the day. Every day in every way, Joe makes a difference in the world, and he inspires us to do the same, to change the lens through which we look, and to broaden our knowledge and understanding. Thank you, Joe, for being this person and for giving us the opportunity to be part of your world.
Hi everyone, my name is Jared Odhiambo, Logistics Coordinator Sub-Saharan Africa. I just want to be brief. I knew Joe in 2004. We have been working together. Joe has been good to us, especially with the people in Kenya. I can say that because he has been visited us a lot. Joe has been working hard to support us and to support the kids in the slums and the widows in the slums of Dandora and Kibera. Joe has connected us with many people, especially the university students. We have Holy Cross University and Yale University and the Fatima family. Joe is a great man. Joe, I don't know how to say or how to speak about Joe, but Joe is a wonderful man to us. And the projects he has been supporting, we really appreciate Joe's support so much. And even the Dandora Women Forum has been also great. Rieti Farm, Kandula, we have many things Joe has done to us. And the Watoto Walwanga, the St. Martin de Porres, the disabled kids and the schools also. Joe is great to us. Thank you so much, and God bless you, Joe. Please maintain that heart. Especially my family says hi, but I wish I could have them with me here. But right now they are up country. They went to pay a visit to their grandmother. She's not feeling well. But Joe, thank you for the great support you have been giving to us and the donors, especially before you start. Congratulate Joe in this 20th anniversary. Kindly you take like 10 to 15 seconds just to remember about some of our donors, like for example Scheffler, and also we have Mike Cathy. So Joe, thank you so much for your great support to us. God bless you, and please make sure next time you take this another anniversary of yours, please bring it to Kenya so that we can celebrate with you guys. Thank you so much. Though it's long, but please forgive me for that. Thank you. I would have said more, but thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate. Bye, guys.
So that concludes the videotaped messages. I think, Joe, if anything, you could tell the heartfelt gratitude that people all around the world have for you. These 20 years have been filled with so much incredible work on your behalf, and you have inspired so many people, whether it's your staff, whether it's board members, whether it's students, whether it's donors. We are so grateful for the impact that you have had in this world. You have been a tremendous blessing to us all, and we are grateful for your past 20 years. And as Mrs. Nangarai said, look forward to your next 40. So I'd like to open it up now for anyone who did not share a videotape message, or even if you did and want to add anything. Carol's raising her hand. I know. Well, Carol, please. The floor.
I have known Joe since he was in Italy at his IPM project, and IPM has always been Joe's dream from the moment I met him. And he joins Paul and Jim as our visionaries of what actually can happen. I was on the committee that hired Joe back in 2020, or 20,000 rather, and I recall his walking in with a stack of visionary ideas, a good 5-6 inches high. It was a leap of faith, trust me, both for IPM and Joe. We agonized over it for about 2 minutes, if that, and said, we're good to go. So Joe, you have been a gift to my life, to Marty, to my children, my grandchildren. And we look forward to many, many, many years ahead. This comes with love from both Marty and myself.
Yes, Jim.
Yeah, what a blessing to be with you all. And I so appreciate the videos of all the project partners. And I think what I'd love to add is I remember vividly a conversation I had with my mom, Sammy, in the kitchen, where her eyes were filled with hope that she had met this man named Joe Cistone. And you could see the hope in her eyes that the vision of IPM would be carried forward. And it's very powerful to see not only the heart, but the head, the ideas, because it takes both. It doesn't just take inspiration, it takes information and commitment day after day after day after day. You have contributed more than can be counted, and I'm so grateful that you are carrying forward this vision. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, for those beautiful, heartfelt words. I couldn't agree more. Yes, Kathy and Joe.
I'm gonna cry. Years ago, somebody gave us a plaque that said there are two things you can give your children, Ruth and Wayne. And little do we know where God would take Joe. We love you and we're so proud of you. Thank you.
Amen to that. Yeah. A father couldn't ask more than to have a son like Joe. And that's all of it right there.
Thank you both. You are wonderful examples for Joe. Yes, Clint.
I spoke initially to welcome you, but let me add just a few things. My testimony and words can't begin to compare with the kinds of things that we've heard from people all over the world. That in and of itself is just extraordinary. But Joe, thank you for your friendship. I've traveled with Joe several times. My students have traveled with Joe several times. My family has traveled with Joe as well. We have learned from him. There's where the information comes in, as Jim was saying. But we've also and continue to be inspired by him. And both are important. Information and inspiration is a wonderful way to put it, Jim. I'm happy too that Eden Seminary, my institution, has an association with and a partnership with IPM, and I'm going to do my best to continue to facilitate and grow that partnership. And in the meantime, it's just an extraordinary privilege, and I've said this before, extraordinary privilege, and it's so important in the kind of era that we live in, where there's increasing racism and tribalism and narrow nationalisms. There's nothing more important than the kind of work that IPM is doing and the kind of philosophy that IPM brings to this work. That is to say, we, in terms of our fundamental identity, we are not American or Indian or Brazilian or Salvadoran. We are human beings. And that is where it starts, and that is the most important identity that any of us can have. And IPM represents that truth, and it is so desperately needed in our world. So Joe, thank you for your information, your inspiration, and your ongoing leadership. I appreciate it. You've heard people all over the world appreciating it, and we will continue to look to you and follow you as we walk together in paths of solidarity. By the way, one of I'm an Old Testament professor. That's my particularity as a Christian, an Old Testament professor. The most important word in the Bible is Hebrew word hesed, which means, or usually gets translated steadfast love. But my friend and colleague Walter Brueggemann recently that important word that goes like this: tenacious solidarity. Tenacious solidarity. And Joe, that's what I see in you, a person of Hesed, a person who enacts, embodies, and leads us to continue to practice tenacious solidarity as citizens of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Clint.
Thanks, Clint. Yes, Jim.
I put a few words in the chat, so I'll try and stay brief. I mean, I couldn't say much new than has already been said and said better by others, but especially what Jim said, Joe's combination of both the inspiration, the focus on IPM's mission with the skill and creativity and knowledge to get stuff done, to get people to do things. He's just been such a personal inspiration to me, more than he could know. So it's, you know, it's just amazing, and I just want to second what everyone else has said here too, and a much better message to hear it from all the partners than from me.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. I know your words mean a lot to Joe. I see there's a few more comments in the chat.
And Doug is waving too.
I'd like to say a few things, if you don't mind. I remember several years ago, my Michelle, my wife, was on the staff of IPM.
Words and song.
And hello? And
Doug?
she would come home. Can everybody hear me? I'm sorry. Okay. Michelle would come home from working at IPM and go on and on and on about this person named Joe Cistone. And I'm like, there can't be anyone that can live up to that billing. And but you know, it was constant, and it got to a point where it's like, okay, Michelle, just enough, please. But then a few years ago, I had the honor and privilege of joining the IPM staff and seeing firsthand what Michelle was sharing with me over all these years. She was right. Joe was all of that, what Michelle was sharing with me, plus a lot more. And I've got to see it firsthand. I've got to see his leadership, his tenaciousness, the way he carries out the vision for IPM. It's just been an honor to be a witness to that, and more so to be an honor to be a part of this in just a small way. And I'm grateful to the many partners, to staff, and especially to Joe for allowing me to be a part of this and to witness this. And to thank you for your continued guidance, Joe. I cherish our friendship, and I look forward to many more years working alongside of you and with you. God bless.
Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
There's another message from Dorothy Nyango in the chat that's congratulating Joe, saying this is an amazing milestone and what a role model you are. Let's see. Anyone else have anything? I know Mark. Oh, yes, Anita.
Congratulations, Joe, for your 20th anniversary. Thank you very much for your patience. Since I work with you, I have come to realize that you are the definition of a leader and not a boss. Thank you very much for allowing me to be part of IPM.
That's
Thank you, Anita.
Can I say something?
Oh, yes, Mahesh, please.
Yeah, I think there are so many things. I don't know where to begin and where to end. I think everything, there's so much to who he is. But I think more than anybody else, as a leader, as a person, there's an inherent dignity that we all have, and that comes to the fore when we are with Joe, especially with all the groups that we work with, those who are suffering, those who are oppressed, those who are angry, or those who are hurt. So his personal presence, I think, his personal presence is spiritual, it's empowering, it's inspiring, it's so many things together, you know, and that makes a whole lot of difference. That's the key to what Joe does, whether personally, organizationally, as a friend, as a leader, as a boss, and in so many ways. So connection, community, and caring, some of the things that I've mentioned in the chat, but that's the core of how I experience Joe, and thank you for that, Joe.
Thank you, Mahesh. There's several other messages in the chat from Mark and from Nick congratulating you, and especially for the long, many years of friendship that you've had. There's also a message from Carol, thanking Aline and the kids. They are an inspiration to Joe in ways we don't know, so thanking them as well. And Adela also has a message. Congratulations, Joe. I admire your commitment and passion for spreading solidarity from your core. All your hard work has impacted many lives around the world, and this matters because through you and IPM, many people and communities have had opportunities to thrive. Very true. Anyone else want to comment? I know we'd like to leave an opportunity for Joe to share a few words as well. Joe, are you up for that?
Am I up for that? Can you hear me all right? I'm speaking through my phone with the video on my laptop, and I have no idea what to say or how to follow that. My mom, who talked earlier, knows that, and some of you know this about me, I despise being the center of attention almost as she does. And I was kind of chuckling at Ilsa's video, sort of always hiding in the back of the photos, because I'm not comfortable in this this kind of environment. And I've been wondering what the heck I'm going to do when Ilsa makes it to 20 years or Mahesh, because this has been absolutely beautiful and really moving to me. As so many of you have said, IPM has been probably the most, well, there's no probably, has been the most significant professional relationship of my life, but also of my personal life and the life of my family, as Carol pointed out. And I can't be on a call like this or mark a milestone like this without remembering, and I think importantly, acknowledging all the people that have passed and that have meant so much in my journey these last, really more, as Carol said, more than 2 decades, because I first met Carol and Paul and Matthew Carter and Jane Sullivan Davis and so many others when I was still, Joanne Peterson, when I was still working in Italy. So almost 30 years ago, or more than 30 years ago. But I do want to mention, just by first name, Paul and Sammy and David and Dick, and Vic and Paulita and Kathleen and Ralph and Wary, Rosita, Michelle, Jared's daughter, and Grace Weber, who have all, and hundreds of others whose names I don't remember, but these 10 to 15 folks who have since passed or have passed during my tenure with IPM and have meant so much to me and whose presence I feel each and every day in our work together. And I also want to acknowledge some of those early colleagues, Bill, Sonia, Laurel, Mary, Julieta, you saw, and others who were willing to take the risk to join in this movement, as Sammy said. So many of you on this call know how important IPM is to me, but also to yourselves and to your families, your households, your communities. And I'm deeply, deeply grateful for our continued work together. Yesterday, we had a conversation with Dr. Adrienne Fletcher. Some of you met her in a virtual forum the other day on racial equity. And she, like Mark Shargell, a dear friend and donor to IPM, highlighted that what makes IPM unique is relationships. And I was teasing my Latin American colleagues, or sort of joking with them about how you translate that in kind of an agapic way, or with the spirit of Hesed that Clint spoke about. But I'm convinced more than ever that the love that is born of the relationships that are part of the IPM family are, I know they're what keeps me going in the difficult times, particularly this past year with the pandemic and the inability to be in person together. But I imagine it's also, as many of you have expressed, what keeps you going. That connection, the community, and the caring. I think, as Mahesh said, the 3 C's that we all share. I couldn't ask to work with a better group of people, or to be supported and prodded along by a better board. But also, most importantly, as all those videos captured, the inspiration. And an old friend of mine in Kenya, some of you know Wanjira or Alice Gitau, said at one point, that I always needed to be careful about the way I talked about being inspired by our partners, because from the position of privilege from where I sit and have sat these 20 years, that's not the same privilege that all the folks that inspire me have. And I'm more and more aware of that. I've been acutely aware of that, obviously, since the murders of Michael Brown and Tamir Rice, and through the murders of the past year, and the way that that's hit home, particularly with my family and the IPM family as well. I'm not going anywhere. I know Carol wants to hear that. I don't know that I'll make it to 96, as Priscilla said, but certainly planning on making it to 66. And I'm really looking forward to naming, some of you know, at the 50th anniversary, to really identifying at least one potential successor and moving a woman or two from one of the countries where we work into a co-director or co-CEO role, whatever that might be, so that the future of this organization is assured long after people like Ilsa, Mahesh, and I are not able to do it for 40 more years, maybe not even 20. But I think what the reminder today, more than anything, without me getting too emotional, Kemi said to me this morning, we were talking about this, about how she didn't want me to travel when she was little. And we were talking, and as JJ, as you all know, is kind of sees the bigger picture always, and with a really wonderful heart. He and Francesca were saying to her, all the opportunities this work has granted me and my family, my kids. I literally wouldn't even know my spouse probably if it wasn't for IPM. So on this anniversary, both of our 47th year, my 20th year, and Ilsa's 15th year, I guess I want you all to know that I'm inspired by everything you've shared, that you all mean the world to me as well. There can be no greater legacy that any person I think could have than to have the kinds of friends and colleagues that I have, and hopefully the impact that we continue to have together. I think it's important that as I continue to consider what more I can do for this organization and where the future leads, that each of you also ask yourself this question, because I think, as Clint said, we've seen really well that the world needs this movement, as Sammy called it, now more than ever. And as we sort of redefine and give new birth and new meaning to this organization and the future ahead of us, I'm just incredibly humbled and honored that I'm able to do it alongside each of you. So thank you, especially everyone who worked on today's presentation, and for all those who are not able to be with us in your own languages. I'm deeply grateful, and I won't try to speak all those languages, but you know who you are, and you know how much you mean to me, and how much I love you, and I'm grateful for your presence in my life and your commitment to this little organization that continues 47 years on, trying to change lives for the better around the world. So thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I think those words just really reinforced why we love you so much and why we have so much faith in your leadership and your compassion and your vision. We are forever grateful to you, And we still have a number of congratulatory messages coming in. We are going to be compiling those into a memory book for you. So you can more carefully reflect on the love that everyone has for you. And we also, in speaking with the board, we want to announce that we are starting a Joseph F. Cistone Fund at IPM in your honor for these past 20 years, with a contingency that you stay on for another 20.
As long as it's not 40, I'm in.
Yeah. No, but we will share more information about that in our communication later this summer with the wider public. But we just are so incredibly grateful, Joe, to you. I know personally how much you mean to me. You know, Joe and I always talk that, you know, the lines, they're so blurred between personal and professional work when you're associated with IPM, because we're family and you all are part of that family, and you all inspire Joe and me and the other staff and board members. We all are growing in, you know, gratitude and service to others because we're a family. And it was started by Paul and Jim years ago, supported by Versil and Sammy. But, you know, Jim, you and your family and the Strage children, we're all so grateful for the continued encouragement you all provide. So, Joe, we're celebrating you. You know, I know you don't like to be in the limelight, but this is your day, and we want to just shower you with our love and gratitude.
Thank you, Ilsa.
Anyone else?
Yeah, everyone knows this, but I just, you know, nothing I've accomplished the last 15 years certainly wouldn't have been possible without you by my side.
Well, thank you. I'm blessed to not only call you my boss, which you don't like, you like to be called my colleague, but you are a boss. And I just have such admiration and gratitude for you. I couldn't think of a more wonderful person. Before we conclude, I did want to mention just quickly, next week's program will have as our featured speaker, Marta Ayara from Colombia. She will be sharing an update.
Ash, it looks like Ilsa's frozen. You're the first one on my screen. Is she frozen to you?
Yeah, I can't hear Ilsa anymore.
Oh dear.
I think she's cut off.
Well, I could tell you that Martha is the director of the founding director of the Center for the Formation of Peace in Ibagué, Colombia, where she's worked with children in the marketplace for many years in helping to form them and provide educational opportunities for them when they're forced into working with their families, mostly single mothers, and also the foundress of Ser Mujer, We Are Women, I guess literally translated, which is a wonderful, remarkable organization working with the women in Ibagué. And I'm sure you'll enjoy hearing from her. She's an inspiration. Many of you have met her over the years. And
I worked with her during the interim back in 2000, and she is an amazing, amazing person. You will want to tune in.
Yeah. So I don't, Ilsa must still be connected if we're all connected, but I think in the interest of time, we probably do want to wind down. I'm not good at typing into the chat function, particularly when I'm emotional on Facebook. So I want to thank everyone that chatted comments, and much of what was said about me could have been said about all of you as well. And I'm just deeply grateful for our continued connection in the way that we're able to work together with that commitment to tenacious solidarity, as Brueggemann said, and Clint reminded us, that I think is so important for our work. So may the peace that passes all understanding be with you all this week and in the days ahead. And to those of you in Ohio, I look forward to being in your presence again next week. It's been way too long. So take good care, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Peace, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.